The whole you guys know about Corpse Husband, right?
Yeah. Oh
Sean, we talked
gosh,
about Corpse Husband last episode, right?
we broke him. Look at him. He's turning red.
Wait, hold on. I pulled
Ooh.
away. He's dead.
Yeah. So like that's what
I
I was.
didn't think about voiceover. That is so good.
Oh
I just
yeah,
added
gentlemen.
again.
Yes. Welcome to the second episode. How you guys feeling today? You guys,
Jonathan.
Jonathan.
I'm good.
All
I'm
right.
alive, so that's a plus.
Aren't we all? Jensen, how
I
about
sure
you?
hope so.
I'm good. I'm starting school again,
Lovely.
and yeah, I'm just getting stuff together and work. I'm trying to get work. It's gonna be fun.
Oh yeah, and honestly, like I'm really excited because for one, the other night when we were going to record this, me and Sean did something completely different, and I'm currently working on that video. I have 4 hours of footage to edit and all that into like 20 minutes, and it's going great. I'm having a blast with this project. So, we all dreamt of being one of the heroes we've looked into in our favorite comic books, from DC to Marvel. Archie comics, because Sonic the Hedgehog's a thing? But that's not important. We are talking about our favorite characters to be from Marvel and
But-
DC.
but-
So essentially, here's the plan, guys. We have 5 minutes to discuss our hero we chose. However, you all have the thumbnail of that I drew about us, right?
Yeah.
All right. So we're gonna take a little bit of time and talk about that, and like just your general thoughts on how I did and how I can do better. We're not gonna show the thumbnail until the video release, but it's a fun thumbnail, and I had a blast drawing it. So, guys, who wants to go first?
Oh, talk crap about Garrett about you? Sure.
Yeah, talk
No.
crap about Garrett.
Let's do it.
Please.
I mean-
Anytime,
I mean, I'm
any
into
day.
being crap talked to, so let's do this.
Honestly, I kind of want to hear yours first, Garrett.
Oh, mine?
into being crapped on.
Oh.
So.
All right.
Mm.
So we're in agreement that I'm gonna go first. All right, cool. First thought, I drew mine first because like I knew what hero I was gonna be. Like that, my character I chose the Ben Reilly Scarlet Spider, which is one of my favorite Spider-Mans because of his design. I always liked that design better than the original suit. But, like, to each their own. I had an idea what I wanted to do and like kind of how I'm gonna alter it and to be like my sort of style. So I really liked just adding more realism to the characters, but still having that cartoony anime feel. Which about the other two, like I like drawing your guys' stuff. Like everything about the thumbnail too was like really fun. And I can talk more when you guys talk about your character designs. So Sean, would you like to go next?
Yeah, absolutely. I went with Tom Holland specifically, Spider-Man. Joe, I just love any Spider-Man to be honest. But I went with Tom Holland specifically because I really like his style and it feels really clean. And I really like the way you did the position, me in the back all goofy.
Yeah.
Yep. Keeps to me. Keeps real. I just love the line shading in general. Really comic booky. Also everyone's calves, my man.
Yeah, we are.
This calf right
Oh yeah,
here.
you're showing.
I mean, like, forget your calves. Look at my thighs.
That's
Well,
what I was looking
so,
at.
yeah.
What the heck?
Yeah, look at that.
Takes up the whole screen.
So can I say something about your thigh, Jen?
That the Flash might have lightning powers, but there's some thunder going on there. Like,
Yeah.
what the heck?
Yeah, okay. So like first of all, your response when we released when I released the thumbnail to you guys, like this is what I finished. Jensen, your response was, "Dang, we look so cool and good."
Literally, though, we look great.
Right.
Like,
And
I
like
aspire to look like my animated self.
yeah, like For your Flash though, like I got a lot of inspiration from the DC film Flashpoint Paradox because like the proportions are a little more like muscular, like they're defining that muscular tone, and the Flash was actually pretty buff in that. So I was like, it's a new 52 style. However, the animated one I kind of like better, so like I went with that. But it's like your design was like kind of the most challenging because like I was trying to figure out like if I should do like fists or like that, like hands out like that. But I ended up going with the fist because like I'm more comfortable with fists right now than actually drawing hands. But Jensen, a little more about your character. Like, what do you really think about? Like, when you first saw, like, obviously I told everyone what the response was, but what do you have to say about it?
Well, like, I went with New 52 Flash because, like, the Flash's powers are just the best. Like, and I respect, like, Superman is just undefeatable. That's his entire thing, is he's ultimately the most powerful person in the multiverse. Besides, like, the presence, which is something you could, for, like, comic book heroes, you delve deep into to get the presence and stuff. But, like, the Flash, and specifically DC, is, like, it's his thing is unlimited speed, lightning. He has an infinite mass punch because of physics, time travel. Like, if he can't beat someone, he just pauses time until he can figure it out. Like, he
Oh,
just has the coolest powers, and I think I always was a fan of, like, if you could tell. I always thought, like, teleportation was cool or flying. But honestly, like, there's so much versatility and like utility to the Flash's powers that I just love it the most. And then I went with New 52 because I didn't get into actually owning comics till I was a bit later in life. And the New 52 is the one I got into when they're basically reimagining his powers, and it was like a fresh take on it. So I kind of enjoyed it. I don't like some of the remakes of the superheroes from Flashpoint, but like, yeah, give and take. And the Flash is just dope in that.
all right. And Jensen, you actually just segue to our part, like semi topic, which is to the main topic of we each are going to talk about why we like the hero and why we chose the hero. So you went first already. So congratulations on that.
Yay.
So Sean, you actually also went about it, but is there a little bit more details that you want to explain about Tom Holland Spider-Man that you really liked? I see.
Uh-huh. Interesting.
Yes, yes. Please go on. Hey, bro, you want a sensu bean?
No, anyway, so
You got
Spider-Man.
sensu beans.
Yes, sensu bean.
I got
Um,
two.
I would just fill it with jelly bellies.
Well, they're actually like like hard jelly bean candies that are like lemon. They're really good. But anyways, Sean,
That's so good. Anyway, so Spider-Man is my favorite like superhero of all time. He doesn't have my favorite powers of all time, but he is my favorite hero of all time. Yikes.
sorry
My
about that.
favorite like time powers are like my favorite thing of all time. Time powers are like the best. But if I wanted to be any superhero, be Spider-Man. Dude, when I was a kid, those Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movies were like literally the best. I loved them so much as a kid to the point where I like dreamt of being Spider-Man so much. We went to Universal Studios and they had the like Marvel heroes walking around, like all the X-Men and stuff. And Wolverine agreed with me that I was Spider-Man.
Nice.
Wolverine said that I was Spider-Man.
If
And
Wolverine said that, you can't deny it. Like the book.
nothing was better than having a guy fully dressed in Wolverine who also for me was like it was like my brain works, my brain worked as a kid. So I understood that Spider-Man wasn't real, right?
Mhm.
But as a kid, Wolverine at Universal Studios, someone who was playing the character of Wolverine was as close to Wolverine as you're gonna get, right?
Oh yeah, especially in real life. That's like,
And Wolverine said to me that I was Spider-Man. That means I'm Spider-Man.
guess what? You have an occupation to live towards now.
Yeah.
Congrats.
I've like always had a thing for Spider-Man. Like Spider-Man is absolutely my favorite superhero. Um, and it's so bad because I will randomly be like, man, it'd be so cool if I could just that thing right there. Like if something's a little bit too far away that I don't want to reach for it, I'm like, you know,
Yeah.
like I'm just like
Oh.
drink that soda, or something.
The
Like it'd be
Dr.
so
Pepper from
cool.
Toby Maguire's
Yeah,
performance.
yeah, yeah, exactly. When he does that, and he's like, "Whoa, yeah," and he takes a
Also,
sip of that bad boy.
also, that was like the cleanest kind of like advertisement in a film that I've ever seen. So,
Oh yeah,
unlike the
it
Transformer
was so
films,
like subtle.
like unlike the Transformer films where they were doing like their Bud Light things, like the truck right in front of like the logo was like covering the screen, and then the guy grabbed the bottle slowly, boom, boom, make sure to show the logo, and then throw it
Yeah,
down on the
yeah,
ground.
yeah,
I
exactly, dude.
I just saw those movies and I'm just like, I liked Last Night, but that's a different topic. But anyways, yeah, like
It's literally like, yeah. Let me use some of my bicycle playing cards real quick.
allow me to drink some Nitro Pepsi.
Um, bicycle and Pepsi. If you're watching, you
I
should
love this stuff, by the way.
you should sponsor us with more Nitro Pepsi. Nitro Pepsi is actually pretty darn good. That's a
I
topic for a different day.
yeah,
I take full credit for introducing Sean to that.
Yeah, the only time I've ever consumed it was on Jensen's watch and by Jensen's decree.
dumb thought. Like this was my dumbest thought. For the longest time, I thought Pepsi Nitro was an alcoholic drink, and I didn't know why because every commercial showed it in a bar, and I was like, "Is this alcoholic?" There's nothing on it. Like, what is this stuff? It's like I imagine it like flat soda, but still tasting as fresh soda. Sonic the Hedgehog. I just got some socks, but wait a minute. Okay.
Yeah, as I
I
zoomed
also
in,
thought that.
it did not look like it was holding up one finger. It looked like it was holding up one finger.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
But,
Anyways,
but also, Nitro Pepsi Vanilla is the best one.
that's the one I've been drinking lately, and it's so good. Okay.
I had it recently. It's better.
All right. So, Cowabunga dude, it's my turn to talk. I've always loved Spider-Man, and it's like even now, like I even brought like one of my favorite action figures of like the PS4 Spider-Man. And I think one of the dumbest first pictures that I decided to do, I sent it to like a separate group chat. I took a picture of Spider-Man just like doing his squatting position, except I took a picture of his glutes for some reason. It's like, dang, look at those heroic glutes. Not like America's butt, but still. But it's like, anyways, Spider-Man to me is like a fun character, but I've never really liked the original suit, like Peter Parker's original suit. Obviously, it's classic, it's iconic, and I respect that. And it's like, yeah, it works. But something about Ben Reilly's Spider-Man or the Scarlet Spider, I love this. And honestly, like I'm just like a huge fan of like his portrayal because even now in the comics he's a villain because of reasons I can't remember, but spoiler warning by the way. But I really love the fact that like Ben Reilly like is a clone of Peter. More spoilers, but he didn't want to be Peter. He wanted to like be his own person, which is why he became Scarlet Spider. He ended up becoming Spider-Man when Spider-Man was in a coma. And I love that whole storyline of him building up to become Spider-Man. And I think that's why I like though his original design. I really appreciate that design. But that's pretty much my opinion on Ben Reilly's Spider-Man. So, oh hey, welcome back. we are going to do a bit of trivia, if you will. Because Sean wants to lose so bad, so let's grant that to him, Jen. I'm going to make up random questions about superheroes and superhero films and media. I have nothing. So that's already working out good. So, give me a story that you guys really like, and I'm going to judge it and see who's going to win one of the 3 rounds we're doing. So, who wants to go first and come up with the story?
The
Do,
topic is just superhero trivia.
no, not superhero trivia. Like, come up with a story to like impress me. Like, oh, that's a good story about based on the superheroes.
Does it have to
And
be one that's like? Can we make up a story, or are we telling you a story that has happened in a comic at some or a movie at some point?
whatever. If you can make up a good story, make it up. But if you have a good story that happened, like for example, opening night of Avengers Endgame, I was there in one of the main theaters of like people shouting. In fact, there's a video going around where people like are remembering that night. I think I heard Joel, or as some of you will know him as Curious Joel. I am promoting his podcast. Like I heard his scream, and I'm just like, I heard it in the video. I'm just like, wait a minute, that's Joel. But like that moment where, like that specific moment where Captain America had Thor's hammer, and just everything leading to the end of the film, the theater was roaring. Everyone was like cheering, like they were applauding when characters came back. It was a
No
momentous.
spoilers.
Oh no! It's been out for too long. It's on Disney Plus. If you haven't seen it, we're already at the end of Phase 5. We're going to Phase 6 and 7 soon. That's your fault.
Yeah, 3 minutes into the rant. Spoiler alert for anybody who just happened to see it. Go on.
Yeah, anyone who hasn't seen it in the past 3 years after its release.
Yeah, 1 minute
Like,
of spoilers for every minute. 1 minute spoilers for every year that you've gone without watching it.
Also, you sound like a robot.
Oh, I
Yeah.
see.
Mm-hmm. So, Sean, Jensen, who wants to go first? Hey, Sean, you're gonna go first.
yeah, I'll go first.
Jensen leaves like, okay, Sean, you're going first. We need content.
So my favorite story, at least that happened to me personally, that doesn't relate to a movie because I have a lot of really good movie stories. Because me and my one of the clubs I was in college, it was our thing to go to releases of movies all the time. Like, so all Marvel, all DC movies that came out for like up until like 2019 or something like that, I watched with a club, and I have Marvel and DC shirts, and I would wear the opposite shirt. So I would wear Batman, like a Batman shirt to all the Marvel releases. But besides that, I really badly wanted to get into the comic again because I used to read comics, but now I don't much anymore. So I was like, hey, let me pick up a comic. And I was like, let me just start from a Spider-Man. Doesn't matter which one. I'll just get the volume 1 of any line, right? And then I'll start from the top of the story and I'll just read on, right?
Yeah.
So I grabbed one. It looked good. It was Peter Parker Spider-Man, so I was like, sure, I'm down for this. It was just the first one I grabbed, and it just was a volume 1. I was like, let's do it, right? But it was like a swap meet.
Oh
So I
yeah.
went, opened that bad boy up. I was like, I'm so excited to start a Spider-Man story and like read it and then get through this comic and go back and get the second one because they had the full series of that one. It was awesome, right? It was amazing. So I was like, yes, let me read it. And I open it up to the first page, and the first page has a block of text, and it starts with, after finding out that he's actually a clone of the original Peter Parker.
Oh, but I heard that series is so good.
It is so good, dude. It's it is amazing. But
Isn't that the one where like the original Peter Parker learns that there's a way like his biology interacts weird in the presence of another clone or something?
I know of a character like something like that called Silk.
Oh, yeah,
Except,
no, it's Silk, and then
except
yeah,
whenever she's near him, she has the urge kind of thing.
the urge.
the urge.
The urge.
The urge.
Oh.
Well, it's not that one. That series isn't that one. It's actually I want to say it's after original Peter Parker dies. Uh in that timeline or whatever.
Just to find out he's
So
a
you
clone.
legitimately didn't get original Peter Parker at all in that
I didn't.
series.
Straight up didn't. It was at the end of Peter Parker series, and it was basically Peter Parker 2. And that was basically all it was.
Tobey
It was still really
Maguire?
good. It was still really good. It was still a Spider-Man series. The opening blurb was after finding out he was a clone of Peter Parker, all this jazz, and then it was like he came to grips with it and now he's Peter Parker. So whatever.
I mean, it's not a way to start, but it's an interesting way to start.
It was just so bad because I was like, dude, I just want to start from Peter Parker. Like, I don't care if he already has his powers or not. Let's just get into a storyline. Let's see who he's fighting. Let's do a fun one. And then it's like I'm coming in at like the end of the storyline where this guy's already been through all of that. And it's just like,
So like what would it be like if someone deleted your main save profile and a recent backup profile gained sentience?
yes.
You know
uh,
that one where you didn't make a couple decisions that vitally changed the game?
Yeah,
So you
yeah.
make different decisions.
Cyberpunk?
I was thinking Skyrim, but yeah.
But yes,
Cyberpunk does that too, but all right, Sean, is that the end of your story, or is there a little
that's
bit
my
more?
story.
All right, so Jensen, can you top that?
Oh,
What are we doing? I don't know. But Jen,
not a clue.
yeah,
Oh man, I don't have like very many like experiential stories other than like playing catch up.
you sound like a machine, brother.
All right, trying my tactic again.
Yeah,
Jensen bot.
no, he literally sounds like that band. They did like this. They worked on the soundtrack. Daft Punk, I think Daft Punk. Yeah,
Like Daft Punk? Yes.
except less French.
Harder, better, faster, stronger, more
Burger, nuggets, fries.
more than
Wow,
ever,
now you
hour after hour, work
Hey,
is never
hey, Sean,
over.
Sean.
okay?
Yeah.
You guys sound just like Daft Punk to me, but do I sound fine?
I hear you sound like that, but anyways, just oh,
Anyways,
oh, I see.
Oh,
I oh
is this okay now?
yeah.
better.
I mean, this is tech. This is our technology at our finest, and it's also good content. So good job, Jen.
Oh,
Technology.
We have technology.
it's like the stonks meme, but it's tech.
Heck.
So I don't have a lot of like experiential stories other than like playing super big catch up for the Marvel movies.
Oh yeah.
But like, I think what so, I mean, I love like when I think about superheroes. I'm gonna stick with Spider Man. Spider Man's the master of BS, and it's so much fun. Like, I love going on through like Pinterest or something and looking the posts. Yeah, that's tech.
It's
But
tech.
uh, but there are so many stories. Like I remember one time Spider Man got taken to court by and like Jameson's like a prosecutor or something, and Spider-Man's like, no, why Jameson goes against me so hard and calls me such a menace. It's because I'm black. And Jameson is just like, wait, no. And then some of my best friends are. And Spider-Man's like, no, I'm just kidding.
I forgot that happened. Gosh.
There's two, and there's one where like there's a hostage situation. He's the guy's got this girl like a gun against her head, right?
Yeah.
And Spider-Man, without a word, just like assumes his action pose of on his knees with his hands on the ground, and the guy's like, "What are you doing?" And Peter Parker just goes, "Spiders."
Spiders. I'm summoning the spiders.
I'm summoning the spiders. They're gonna thousands of them. I have an army of spiders, and the guy's just like, ah, he just quits. Or what was the one? Another my other favorite is like the laryngitis one. Do you know about the laryngitis one? Uh, Spider-Man shows up, and I think it's the Sinister Six, or
Okay.
at least it's Kingpin, Scorpion, Mysterio, and they're all just like, and then I think some other guy was like No Bones Joe or something, like Professor No Bones or something, and they're all just like, "Ha! You can't beat us all together!" And Spider-Man just sits there, like stands there menacingly, but like he doesn't say anything, and everybody's like, "What? You got no quips this time?" And I was like, "I'm Doctor No Bones. You seriously have no jokes about that?" And Spider-Man just stands there quiet, and Mysterio is the first to go like, "Oh crap." Like no quips, no words. And then the next frame is all of them walking in handcuffs. They all surrendered willingly to
Okay.
get arrested.
Okay.
And he
Can
goes, but I gotta finish. So the reason they
Oh.
quit is because he was silent. And the police officer's like, "How'd you do it?" And Spider-Man lifts up his mask and goes, "Sorry, I got laryngitis. I can't talk right now."
Okay. Okay. Can I just say something that is always like a terrifying moment within the Spider-Man comics? Besides the laryngitis joke, I remember that now. Every time Spider-Man is quiet, he's making no jokes. He's getting straight to the point. That is the most
That's terrible.
horrifying thing a villain can see. Is like, oh, you're not. Oh no, I'm screwed.
Yeah.
No,
Oh,
literally.
he's serious? I lost when he was joking around, so I think I'm definitely gonna lose if he's serious.
Yeah,
Well,
because
there was a stupid thing circulating on TikTok. The argument of what's scarier, Batman when he laughs or Spider-Man when he's quiet. It's not even a question. It's Spider-Man.
I'm gonna
Like
say
Batman can steal your bones. Spider-Man will turn them to powder inside your body.
no. Spider-Man will turn him into powder, shake you up, and you are a human protein shaker.
Like
I was gonna say he turns your bone into powder and then he opens your mouth and uses it to draw the chalk lines on sports fields.
he uses the powder of your own bones to draw your chalk outline when he lays your dead body on the ground. Like
Okay,
Spider-Man, or when he beat the crap out of Kingpin as Peter Parker.
like that is horrifyingly scary, and I'm just like every time someone's like, "Oh yeah, Spider-Man's not that scary," you haven't seen him quiet in the comics. That
Yeah, you haven't seen him serious.
okay, all right. So, Jen, I gave Sean that point, but like you get like a half point.
You
I am
haven't
half
seen
grateful.
You haven't seen Spider-Man using the Mark of Cain.
Have you seen or Spider-Man using the power of Cosmic? He literally punched Hulk into the stratosphere.
Oh, all right. So let's move on to our second one, which I did have time to choose. Who's your favorite live-action Spider-Man between Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, and Tom Holland? The
I need to
best,
clarify.
the best argument wins, and you can use Spider-Man No Way Home because at this point they re-released the movie in theaters, so people have seen it already. So we're not spoiling anything at this point.
I need to clarify. Are we going who's the best Spider-Man / Peter Parker, or is who the best Spider-Man period? Because if you're going who's the best at both, for me it's Tom Holland. He takes both.
Okay.
If you're gonna go like who's the best Spider-Man, it's Andrew Garfield.
Oh,
He plays
undoubtedly.
His Peter Parker is lackluster. He's too attractive. He's too
He's too
smooth.
attractive.
You
I
think
agree. He's the pretty boy Peter Parker.
like
Like
also again, guys, if you want to use No Way Home, like those other Peters, like where they're at now, use those as examples as well.
no, like Tom. For me, I lost a lot of respect for Tom Holland's Peter Parker during No Way Home. Like he's supposed to be an extremely intelligent person. Why doesn't he just go at the last moment? He goes, "Doctor, we gotta save the spell. Just keep me and my friends in the spell to begin with." Like if he just did that,
Well, it's actually I actually disagree with that. I don't think that has anything to do with intelligence. I think that has to do with maturity.
You know, forget the first one. Now it's like the plot of No Way Home. Like, what was wrong with it?
yes,
Okay,
I actually think that entirely has to deal with the fact that Peter Parker is immature.
he's
Um,
just a little kid.
there
he's
is a
just a kid, and that's literally the entire plot of No Way Home.
because like
Is
you gotta
he's just
remember,
a kid.
yeah, because you gotta remember the character Tom Holland is playing isn't a Tobey Maguire Spider Man who is already out of college and is living his life as an adult. It's not an Andrew Garfield one where he just graduated high school and is looking into college, who's still very young.
Well, but
But it's
he
like,
hasn't had his Uncle Ben moment.
yeah, like the essentially with Aunt May
His
dying.
Uncle Ben moment
Yes,
is Aunt May
Squidward
dying.
kills Aunt May.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
like again, like the MCU couldn't even mention it due to Sony stuff. But when No Way Home came out, that's when they were like, we can reference Uncle Ben. Heck, they do that in What If for one of the episodes, the Marvel Zombies. But it's like when Peter realized, like with the spell, like just that everyone forget about me. Like the moment he stepped into his apartment, made his suit, which yes, I will count as being inspired by the other two Spider-Men. Like the moment he lived to that life of I am on my own. I am Peter Parker. I am also Spider-Man. Like living up to what he needs to do. And even the reveal of the suit, like at the very end, to me that moment was like, finally, we have Spider-Man and not a Tony Stark apprentice. It's like,
I couldn't agree more.
but like with the characters, like I grew up with like we all grew up with all three of them as Spider-Man. So like I think for me choosing one, I would choose Tom Holland as one of my favorites because of kind of the role he is playing. Like he's not playing the adult. He's playing the young, like novice superhero who's learning and has been thrown into the Avengers world and all these threats. And it's like, how is a kid gonna process that? And like that's what it was.
You know what it
Every
kind of
movie up until No Way Home was Spider-Man's origin movie.
Yeah.
literally.
In I mean Spider-Man 1 back with Tobey Maguire,
Mhm.
right? That had Uncle Ben dying pretty early on, right? We got that out of the way, right? Every movie that we have seen of Spider-Man happens before that defining moment, which happens partway into Spider-Man 1 of Tobey Maguire. But all of Tom Holland's movies happened before the Uncle Ben, Aunt May dying thing that actually gives him, with great powers come great responsibility. Because he's completely irresponsible up until that point.
Yeah. And with me, it's like I love all of them. Like Andrew Garfield, favorite Spider-Man. Tobey Maguire is my favorite Peter Parker. Tom Holland is the best of both, and also for the fact that when all of them came together to start shooting their scenes together, they did the meme. They're like, "Put your
They
suits
did do
on,
the meme. That was
put your suits on. We're doing the meme thing," and they're all like, "Finally!"
Yeah, it's amazing. It's like the
I
best.
I loved that, and it's like yes, but
you know,
like
I'm just so mad about Tom Holland. I just got to get back on that. Like, they took away Uncle Ben. The most of Uncle Ben that we have gotten in the Marvel universe is maybe he had Uncle Ben packaged rice. and like the role of Uncle Ben was divided between Aunt May and Iron Man, who both died, and only one of them gave the line. Like he doesn't have that formula, and it pisses me off because like
Ooh, spicy.
it takes it 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 takes away something that's very formative for Stan Lee's design, and like I was like, oh, so they're changing the formula. We're gonna get Parker Industries, which would have made sense in how they were going. He would have gotten Tony Stark's company after he achieved like this notoriety as a scientist, which he should be. But now he's just a kid, a nobody kid. He has no reason to have Peter Parker anymore. He can just live like Batman and only have Spider-Man as an identity now.
I mean, yeah, I
I like kind of disagree.
I'm a little bit on like I'm a 50-50. I can agree with you, but I can also be like I liked what they did with Tom Holland's portrayal. Like I'm on the fence about both, honestly. But like
I
I
liked that they didn't have Uncle Ben. Because like everyone says every single time we get a new Batman movie, we don't need to see his parents die again. We don't need another Batman origin story. Everyone knows
oh,
Batman's origin.
quick
No, but
thing,
apparently Aunt May
thing
gets to
about
get
the
younger with
Batman.
every iteration though.
I mean, this was the hottest Aunt May ever. Just saying.
But I will also agree that like we don't need another Spider-Man origin.
Yeah, like
But
that's what I
I
liked.
liked
I
that
like
we
that.
changed it up. That he never had with great power comes great responsibility. And I kind of liked seeing Spider-Man irresponsible and seeing him have to gain that responsibility and gaining it in the most vital way possible, that he became the most responsible person in the universe about the destruction of the multiverse, and had to take that into his own hands and had to make everyone forget about him, is crazy. But I get what you're saying, that he doesn't have to be Peter Parker anymore.
Okay, so before we continue on, Jensen, I turned your half point into a full point, and I also gave you another point because like you have very valid arguments. Sean, you did too. However, we are going to go into the tiebreaker since this is a Spider-Man themed episode.
I mean, we could totally just delve into our takes on the new Doctor Strange movie. I've
We
got plenty
can
of hot takes for that too.
okay. So like after this,
Dude, I got hot takes on that movie, dude.
so after we do this final one, we can definitely do that. But anyways, the Sony animated film Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, was it top tier or was it low tier? And are
Dude,
you
that was the
excited?
best movie ever.
Perfect.
That was probably one of the best superhero movies to ever be made.
Okay.
Dude, I will straight up say, hands down, that is in my top 10 of movies ever. And it has to compete with the Lord of the Rings trilogy and goddamn Princess Bride. And
Ooh.
it is up there.
I can agree with that. Okay, so
It
here's
is probably in top 5.
let me explain why this is the topic. I want to hear your excitement for the multiple part of Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, because we got the announcement, instead of like having a second film, we're having multiple parts. Thus, whoever is the most excited will win the game. And Sean, if you win, you're not a loser, so you can tell your wife, sorry you won, but
Well, I have to lose, so I'm not excited at all.
that depends on me. So guys,
I
I
mean,
want to just say I'm so excited because like when I saw the trailer, obviously the animation for that film, like it brought back like a lot of like even the first film, it brought like a renaissance of like animated films being like cartoony yet stylized. It was gorgeous, and especially the choice of having Miles Morales as the Spider-Man. I'm just like, I love Miles Morales from the Ultimate Comics. Like he is,
Miles Morales is one of my favorites.
but this film made him better than ever.
So great, dude.
Oh,
It,
but
it's I think it's the first time I've ever seen a movie where they take the mind's eye of someone reading a comic book and put it on screen.
yes,
Yes.
And like I I I I love it because it's one of the few movies I've ever seen in my life where I don't get the idea where it's someone going, "Wow, I love comics. Let's make something," and over their shoulder you see this really old. It's like it feels like there's a really old dude going, "I'm hip and happening. Put this here too. I care about social issues." Like, sir, that doesn't get put it there. Like,
Because like before I continue, I think Into the Spider Verse happened way before the event, like uh, the controversial event of 2020 with that demographic of like what Miles Morales is portraying. But like it to me, it's like there's no political stuff about him. Like the film itself was focusing on his origin as like
It was
Miles
about
pick.
the character and not the fact that the character is of that race.
Yeah, like
literally.
being of African American descent and also being part Latino. I
It was such a great
but it's
thing to
like
see on screen, first
because
of
it's
all.
because yes, because like for me, it's like honestly, I respect people and their decisions. I respect people in general because I want to be respectful. But it's like with this story, it did not push that in your face. Like, oh, look at him. Yes, he's an amazing character. But look at his skin color. Yes.
Why?
Why?
Like,
He's an amazing character, first of all. But it's like it was not pushing that. It was pushing his story. Like how he learned from Peter B. Parker from Universe 616, which I did love. But it's like, oh my gosh, his like Into the Spider Verse, 2018's best film ever. It got an award. It got awards by
top notch.
top notch. But Jensen,
And
I'm
like,
sorry.
and Disney's really dropping the ball right now when it comes to like portraying the feminist movement.
Oh,
They are
She-Hulk, yeah.
like what everything they're doing is wrong in my opinion,
Cause
and
like,
they're really like they're not doing the feminist movement any justice.
cause like
Honestly, like they're trying badly.
here's the thing. Like a little spoilers for She-Hulk episode 1. When Bruce is trying to teach her, like they're trying to portray it as if Bruce is mansplaining to her about the
Yeah,
Hulk and like, oh no, Bruce, I'm better than you. I've done this so much better than you. And like I saw
That's
this
absurd.
I saw this edit where like it shows everything Bruce has been through within the MCU alone. Like the comics, oh my
it's so
gosh.
much worse in the
It
comics.
it explains why Bruce has the alter ego of Hulk. But it's like you see like Jen being like, "Oh, I'm better than my cousin because I can handle being catcalled every day." And it's like I control my anger when you Hulk out when a guy catcalls you.
Yeah, literally. She says that she can control her anger because she gets catcalled all the time, but she literally hulked out at getting catcalled.
Yeah, and I'm just like, because I saw the second episode, which I loved because they brought
The
back a
second
bomb.
episode was so much better.
Yes, they're not.
Just
I don't like when they do push an agenda. Like, yes, this like they did push the agenda, but like that wasn't their focus. They pushed it in a way that it like positively empowers. This
the
the
second
first
episode actually did a good job. The
yeah
first episode was pushing an agenda that nobody's pushing.
yeah
Like literally, you don't have to weaken Bruce Banner to make She-Hulk stronger.
because like
She has like he went through like crap,
like
but
even
the big
with
thing.
like Professor Hulk, like some people didn't like that. I like that because it's more of a combination of what he's had to go through and like putting those like the Hulk and Bruce to becoming as one and like having that
More Hulk
balance.
is the end goal of Hulk. And I feel like we've seen Tony Stark's entire plot line. We've seen Captain America's entire life, right? Like we've
Thor:
seen
Love
all
and
of that.
Thunder.
Hulk
I
can
love that
Hulk
movie.
can get something, all right? Hulk can actually be happy for once in the MCU. He has been through this for 15 years, two of which were as the Hulk.
And if we're gonna go by the MCU, besides Captain America, of course,
Oh, hit.
he's the
Oh,
oldest.
Yeah.
Like he was there before superheroes existed. Nothing, no, none of the conveniences of knowing about Wakanda and technology and delving into the magical or the scientific world existed. He's a guy that got bombed, and now there's a demon inside of him. But anyways, before we get back into that, I want to just finish my thought about the feminist movement in Spider-Verse.
Or
Because
like
I want to make sure
an
I don't want to.
agenda, like an agenda pushing kind of topic that
No, because
no.
Spider Gwen is an equal. They, it's not, it's not like, oh, I'm so much better than you, or
I forgot about
she,
Spider Gwen.
Spider Gwen. She is played in how I think a feminist, uh,
A
the result
proper
of proper feminism should be portrayed.
yes, because like
Absolutely.
Whereas she has her strengths, she has her weaknesses. She does not have Spider Stinger. She does not have like what Miles Morales has, but she's an equally powerful character among everybody else, and she's not given an unnecessary limelight to go to so that the movie creators can stick their
I'm
feminist
a
badge on
woman and
themselves.
I had to become a Spider Woman, and it's like so hard. You have no idea. It's more like Gwen
I'm a
understanding.
Spider Woman.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
Gwen
She
understanding like Miles has never done this before. Like he's learning how to do this, and like her actually being a helpful, supportive character. In fact, I love her character in Into the Spider Verse because her and Miles are really close because of that. Like
Yeah.
being Spider Man, like yeah, like I loved her like being a supportive role along with Peter B. Parker because
And
she's
Spider Noir and Peter Porker.
and
like
Penny Parker.
never once do I hear the words I'm a strong independent woman and I need no man. My power is because I'm a woman. It's hers is I'm a part of the team. I am a person. Her value is being a person, a spider person at that. Like that's her whole value is as an individual, not her trying to prove herself. She's already there.
Yeah, she's already proven.
And I think that's like just it. It's like you don't need to push an agenda, like because like if you make the characters right, like Miles Morales, Gwen, and just all the other characters from Into the Spider Verse, you're pushing the agenda properly and in a healthy way. Whereas
Absolutely.
for She-Hulk, they first episode they pushed that agenda too hard. Like some people like some feminists will see this and be like, "Oh, you just are misogynistic." No, I felt it was wrong for Bruce. Like she obviously, oh, being a woman's like, yes, I can agree with that. Like there are women in the world that have it hard because of that, and it's like I feel for them. But if
Don't put
that's
down Bruce.
but if that's your main argument and you're not gonna like understand what he's been through, in fact, I think she dragged his perspective of what he's been through in the mud.
Straight up.
What like
Dude has literally killed a lot of people
and also
because he hulked out.
ha-
He's leveled entire cities because he hulked out. And she's saying, "Oh, I can control my anger better than you, so I don't have to worry."
and when it comes to like what Bruce has done within the MCU alone, especially with like Ragnarok, like Bruce, like Hulk, like having like being in control for 2 years, like Bruce having no idea what's going on, coming back, finding out that Thanos is coming and Hulk giving him issues, and then after like the 5 year blip, like him having to live with the loss of so much, and then losing Natasha, which was his love interest, like
Yeah.
even with the Infinity Stones after the time heist, like have trying his hardest to like snap her back, but not getting that. It's like you can't push Bruce that way. Like Professor Hulk is the combination of like what he's been through, but like again, get your act together.
Okay, please. We're clarifying, not me,
Yeah, yeah,
not
Yeah,
yeah.
not me.
Jennifer. How about Jennifer?
Okay, because like the whole reason that she can control it is because Bruce had to figure out that control was an option.
So
That
like
and
everything.
he has a full demon inside him. She
God,
doesn't.
yeah,
And
like
like they weaken him, but he still has the Hulk. He could potentially be a world class threat.
I feel like too they are setting up for World War Hulk. But also, can I just say
I
something?
hope so. I hope they are setting up for Planet Hulk. Dude, like them
They did that already,
they
kind of
did
with
Hey
that
Thor
with
guys,
Thor
Ragnarok.
with Thor Ragnarok. Dude, I am so hoping they
hey
like
Sean,
get it fully in.
remember the Cowabunga sign?
Right.
So for those outside, whenever I do the cowabunga sign, that means hush hush. But Jensen, guess what? Not only did you have a valid argument, but you made another one. We're all excited for Across the Spider-Verse Part 1, and honestly, just to see where the Miles Morales storyline goes.
I'm so excited for
And
Miguel.
and we can talk about the other MCU stuff. And Jensen, you won, and Sean, congratulations, you lost.
I get to tell my wife that I lost.